MacVoices is sponsored by lynda.com. Expand your skills. Improve yourself. Get a free 10-day trial of all lynda.com has to offer at lynda.com/MacVoices. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices at Showstoppers at CES in Las Vegas. I'm here with Mark of Primera to talk about what's the billing, Mark? The world's smallest, lightest?
Smallest, lightest, portable, all-in-one printer. So it prints, scans, and copies.
I want to make sure I get it right because that's all important. So it's a terrific little unit. Tell us about some of the functions and exactly what all it does and how it does it.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Basically, the printer was designed to be as small as possible. We did everything we could to keep the size absolutely to a minimum. For example, there's features like a rotating print head, which has never been done before, so that you can rotate the print head when you're ready to travel, shut the case, and now the printer is really not much higher than the print cartridge itself. Yeah. The scanner is built in the front here, so you can scan business cards, or if you have a brochure or maybe a price list or something that you either want to scan to PDF, or if you want to scan to copy. The software handles all that for you, and you really don't have to think about it very much. We made the software very, very simple to operate so that you really don't have to think about this. So what it really is kind of your portable office on the road. If you have a small MacBook, something like that, and this little printer, the printer only weighs 2.6 pounds and is the smallest in the world.
You made a decision not to go with Bluetooth, but to have a USB connection, which has some distinct advantages, and those would be, for your way of thinking, what are the advantages?
Well, the main reason that we didn't put in Bluetooth is that Bluetooth in its current incarnation is so slow when you're transmitting files that are so big. We print at 4800 dpi, we scan at 600 by 600, and we can scan at 6 by 1200. Now, a lot of people won't scan that high, but even at the lower resolutions, trying to transmit that much data slows down the printer, slows down the scan transmit a lot. And so what we decided to do instead is put in a USB port just like everybody's used to, and we put in trickle charging on the USB cable. And so what this allows you to do if you're a frequent traveler or maybe an insurance agent or an adjuster or something, you need a portable printing capability, you're trickle charging the battery every time it's plugged into your laptop. And so in many cases, you never have to bring the power adapter with you. Just run off the battery.
Yeah, and if you're staying overnight somewhere, just plug it in and go to sleep, and it's fully charged the next day.
Absolutely. And, of course, a lot of the laptops these days, I'm not sure on MacBook if that's true or not. The USB port, is it active all night, even if the computer's off?
Oh, boy, I think.
I don't even know.
If the computer's off, I'm really not sure. That's a great question.
But, yeah, a lot of the laptops will do that today, always on USB or something they call it. And so your printer is charged in the morning. You didn't even have to bring the adapter along, because a lot of people don't want another adapter.
Yeah,
that's what we all need.
I've got a bag full of them. I don't need another one. I agree.
That's right, yeah. So that's the reason that we made that decision. We think that for the intended use of people using this on the road while they're traveling to places like this, they don't have to bring that adapter along.
What's the resolution on printing and scanning?
Well, printing is a maximum of 1200 by 4800 because we can quarter step in the vertical direction. So very high resolution. I mean, it's photo quality. We even have a slot on the back of the printer, which none of our competitors do, for doing 4x6 photos. And we sell some beautiful photo paper for that purpose, too.
And the scanning resolution?
Scanning resolution is 600 by 600.
And, of course, in today's world, you almost don't need to say it, but let's say it anyway. It is a color printer.
It is a full-color printer, absolutely.
About how many pages can you get out? Understanding it's a color printer and it's going to vary depending on what you're printing, but about how many pages can you get out of a typical cartridge?
Well, that's one of the other unique things, and I'm glad you brought that up, Chuck, is that we use a full-size ink cartridge. We didn't skimp on that. Some of our competitors use teeny tiny ink cartridges that you have to replace, maybe every few months. We used a full-size one. You replace it maybe once a year, depending on your usage, of course. And we rate ours on an ISO printed page. There's a standard for measuring that at 500 pages. Our competitors are down in the 100 to 120 page range.
That's nice because unfortunately the consumables, you don't have to take a lot of consumables with you.
No, that's right. And consumables for specialty printers like this sometimes aren't all that easy to find. If you're in Las Vegas like this, where are you going to find an ink cartridge if you need one? And so putting in a real big one just, makes the chances of running out a lot less.
Now let's talk about the ink cartridge for a second. This is obviously your ink cartridge because it seems like everyone has their ink cartridges their own. How difficult are they to find, or do these go with other Primera printers?
They do go with other Primera printers. As you might know, Primera is a manufacturer of specialty printers. We're known for our CD and DVD and Blu-ray duplicators and printers. And we use the same ink cartridge in this one as we do on a number of our other products. So if you look online just for the part number, you'll find literally thousands of web stores that have our ink.
So you won't have a problem getting this, and we're not talking about a really specialized thing that I can only get one place.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, the bottom line questions, price and availability.
Right, well, we're starting to ship in the spring, so we're not quite in production yet. So what you're looking at here are production prototypes, the final ones. So we're thinking in that March, April timeframe. It's going to sell for $399, which is the same price as some of the other printers that do the same things, but much bigger. And so, you know, it isn't necessarily a consumer printer. It's more a business-to-consumer, B2C type product. And certainly there's a lot of B2B applications, too. We're talking to large companies in the Twin Cities and elsewhere that are outfitting their entire sales force and field service people with these printers.
Now, of course, we haven't talked about the most important feature of all,
Yes.
and that is that it comes in colors.
It does come in several different colors. This is the boring black, that's standard. Then for $29.95, you can buy a white cover and a pink cover and a silver cover that matches the MacBook very nicely. Yes.
Because it works so much better if it's in color, right?
Well, you know, I think it might, especially the hot pink. Yeah.
Everybody loves hot pink. Where do we send folks to learn more about this, maybe do a pre-order or get one when they come out?
Yes, we are accepting pre-orders now. The site went live this morning to coincide with the introduction here at CES. PrimeraTrio.com.
Thank you so much, Mark. Really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Chuck.
Folks, we'll have more from CES in Las Vegas, more from Showstoppers. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for links, show notes, to subscribe, to connect with Chuck on Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the MacVoices blog. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter, the MacVoices Dispatch, to stay up to date on all the latest MacVoices news from our front page or at MacVoices.com/newsletter. Do more with your Apple tech by subscribing to the free MacVoices magazine on Flipboard by visiting MacVoices.com/magazine. Advertising and sponsorships handled by Backbeat Media at BackbeatMedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at CashFly.com.